Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to join Dave Ing. He is the owner of Fishing Guide Service, Fishing Products as well. Say that 3 times fast. Dave, first things first, man. Thanks for spending some time with us this morning to share what you're seeing out there. How's it going, and kind of what you're seeing out there?
It's flat but tough out here. I don't know what to say besides it's just tough fishing out here, and we got lucky and got one first thing this morning.
Nice.
And then we haven't had another bite since. We've seen 2 or 3, maybe one quick fish on a quick fish in an anchor boat. We saw Jeremy Kyle get one. I'm looking up at the island right now, and I can see Snotter and a few other guys up there nosed in, but I don't know if they're playing with fish or if they're just rebaiting.
Well, if it's Snotter, he ain't catching nothing. Well, Dave, now you've been doing this game for a long time. Oregon City is, for very good reason, known as a very frustrating place to catch spring Chinook in the egg bite. If you do it right, you can murder them. But if you don't, you can watch a lot of people have some fun. How's it been the last 3 or 4 days up to this point?
It's very, very humbling. I felt yesterday I got two out of 3 of them, and they were both hatchery. Day before that, we landed 4, kept 1, had 3 wilds.
Wow.
Day before that, I think I was 1 for 2, and then the day before that, I blanked. I'm watching, as far as I'm concerned, these are the best egg fishermen in the world up here. You're fishing around a lot of guys with really, really good bait. And, it's one day you think you got it figured out, the next day you're scratching your head.
Now, he's being very honest, everyone, because it is a very frustrating bite, and I will agree 100%. There's 3 or 4 dudes up there that are arguably the best egg fishermen these days, and some of them have been struggling. Some of them have been smashing them, but that's the difference. It's just a very frustrating thing. Are there things, though, for those that are watching at home, David, are there things that you do that you try to help out with being more successful? I mean, what are some of the things that help you be more confident when you're out there chasing these fish in that bite?
Every morning, every one of us that I see on the bank, we all scrub our lines down, scrub our leaders down, scrub our divers down with Lemon Joy, get everything, keep it as clean and keep the scents off. Pull off 5 or 6 feet of your braided line every so often, once every 2 weeks or so, to get rid of those human smells. Because you got, in my situation where I'll have clients grab their hands, their line, they might have eaten a chicken wing before, and then they've got that scent on your line. And we've all got just a whole plethora of scents and chemicals and sodiums, so obviously these fish are very sensitive on the smell zone. So, the fish we got this morning, we had the eggs heated up pretty well with metabisulfite, so cut your baits. Don't be afraid to try different things. Sometimes they want just dump sugar on top of your eggs. I don't know if you can see the back of my boat. We got Stuart from Stuart Carr S&C Rod Rack fame holding the camera. So we got a whole cast of crazies in here today. But,
well, if you got Stuart in there, you must have been desperate to get rods out. Anyway, so I'm kidding. Stuart, thank you for holding the phone for everyone. We appreciate that. Okay, so tough bite. What do you, first things first, I got to know, what's your temperature that you're getting up there today?
We're 56 today.
56, so we're starting to get out of that range of what we would call prime egg temperature conditions. But there's a lot of folks that'll fish right through it. What about yourself? How much are you paying attention to that number, and will you make a change from back trolling eggs and what you're doing now to something else? When are you going to make a change?
I'll put my, trolling rods, my pro troll rods in here this week, but as long as I got current, I'm not afraid to back troll. If I got current, whether it's here or the chubs aren't killing me, the island here, the garbage hole, we're in front of Meldrum right now, and we've got enough current to just slowly creep back. And, so I'm not scared of that part. I just wish, we had more fish out here, and, it's just, you can't catch them from the couch, so you can complain all you want, but, this is an opportunity to get out and, be out here. And the weather's pretty nice too, so I can't complain about that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, it's not pouring or blowing sideways. Knock on wood. It's going to get hot. It's going to get hot this week. Hopefully that doesn't bring the temperature up too much. Okay, so let's talk about the baits that you're fishing. So you're fishing eggs. We all get that. There's 100 different versions, 100 different flavors that are out there. So I don't want to get too specific there. But what are you fishing with your eggs? Are you adding shrimp, any fish base to it? What are you kind of combining your eggs with?
I've got shrimp and egg combo, and I've got 2 different flavors out. I've got, some of the stock cures that ProCure's doing, the Ultimate and the Fuse, and go from there and, to either fish one of them plain, dump a bunch of sodium sulfite or other stuff. I'll just,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You guys, this has been pretty good lately.
Okay, there you go.
So there's just tons of different stuff, but some days they want it sweet, some days they want it hot, and dump sugar on one and fish one on one side of the boat and see what happens.
Yeah, I think, Dave, you just said it the right way. You really just have to be there. You got to put your time in, change up your baits a little bit. That's probably going to be my move either this afternoon or this weekend.
Change your baits constantly, every 10, 15 minutes if you can, especially your bow rods, because you're going to get that scent trail coming in. And you can always get your bow rods out without getting them tangled up in your back 2 rods.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you got to be willing to burn through the eggs. Just expect that you're going to go through a bunch, either with a fish or not. Dave, what's the rest of your weekend looking like? Are you going to stay out there? And if folks are out watching, they might want to try to go out and do some maybe late spring Chinook fishing with you. You got any availabilities for folks?
I do, May, and I got holes here and there. I don't, they just kind of seem to fill themselves. If we get some fish, the phone starts ringing, and you've got those guys that want you to call them when it's good, so you never call them back because you don't know when it's going to be good.
That's a good point. Hey, Dave, thank you very much for just spending a quick segment with us, letting us know that what you've seen out there, and congratulations! Out of the 5 boats that I know that are up there, you're the only one with one.
Hey, we got Mr. Lucky. It's his first salmon he ever caught.
Hey, congratulations. Now you're going to be back every year. That's just the way it works out.
Absolutely.
As it stands, though, Dave, thanks again for sharing some info. We appreciate it, sir. Good luck. Be safe out there.
Take care.
All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we got a quick rundown for your pike minnow numbers, and then we're going to start a conversation with Kyle and Miles Dodson from Orr, England. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.